Backpay for SSDI beneficiaries, Social Security disability. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. I know in this video we're specifically talking about SSDI, Social Security disability beneficiaries, not to be mistaken with SSI, Supplemental Security Income. Well, in this video I do want to talk about back pay, otherwise known as lump sum checks that do go out to SSDI beneficiaries, and a lot of times these checks are very, very big, thousands upon thousands of dollars, even in some cases, tens of thousands of dollars. Let's get into it and talk through the details as well as what you need to know to grab one of these big checks. However, really quickly before we do, thanks so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe right down below the video. It's totally free to do so, and I'm here for you each and every day, watching all the latest details hitting the wire, as well as talking about all of these fixed income benefits that are administered by the Social Security Administration, as it's a very big, complex topic, and there's a lot of confusing details out there, and I want to maximize as much money as you're possibly getting each and every month on your checks, as well as making the best decisions to get as much money as you possibly can. So again, it's a very busy and confusing time right now, and again, I'm here for you in any way that I possibly can be. That's my dedication, that's my commitment, and that's my promise to you and everybody here in the community. So please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and let's get into it and talk about back pay, otherwise known as lump sum checks, specifically focused on SSDI, Social Security disability. Now here's the thing. Here on the channel, I've made dedicated videos talking about Social Security retirement lump sum checks. I've talked about SSI lump sum checks, and now here we are talking about SSDI lump sum checks. Now here's the thing that's interesting about this. All of these programs are administered by the Social Security Administration. But guess what? All of these programs have very different rules and parameters around them. So again, the lump sum payments are very, very different for all of these beneficiaries. So let's talk about SSDI. Now here's the thing. The first question is, does SSDI actually send out lump sum payments? The simple answer is yes. In many cases, SSDI beneficiaries are eligible for lump sum checks. However, a couple things need to fall into place in order for lump sum checks to actually be distributed from Social Security for SSDI beneficiaries. Here's what it comes to. Just like with other programs out there, yes, SSDI beneficiaries can get back payments from the Social Security Administration. However, we need to look at a few things here. When you submit your application for Social Security disability benefits, that essentially starts the clock on when these back payments could come into play. Now, here's another interesting thing about SSDI, whereas it does not pertain to SSI or Social Security retirement benefits. There is something called the 5-month waiting period, okay? We've talked about this before in other videos, and if you're an SSDI beneficiary or you are on the cusp of getting SSDI benefits, you're probably very aware of what this 5-month waiting period is. Okay, so here's what it comes down to. Social Security will pay out up to 12 months worth of back payments to an SSDI beneficiary, minusing the 5-month waiting period. So here's what it comes down to. If this is all calculated right, and if this is played out right, you could actually you could send in an application for SSDI benefits, and if those benefits are delayed any more than 5 months, as in the 5-month waiting period, so let's just give you a quick example. If the benefits, as in you're approved for benefits, you know what I mean, and it takes 5 months to process your application, well then technically you probably wouldn't get any back benefits because, the 5-month waiting period, putting that into play, well then there's really no benefits to be had because, we've used up the 5-month waiting period. Now checks would start immediately. However, as of right now, it's taking about 1 year on average for SSDI applications to be processed. So again, that would leave for about 7 months worth of back payments to be distributed, okay? However, they will pay up to 12 months worth of back payments, okay? So ideally, here is what would happen. Basically, an application is submitted, and then considering it takes so long, basically what would happen is about 17 months later, 12 months, a year that they will pay out, plus the 5-month waiting period, then they start paying out those benefits. So in other words, they could technically go back 12 months, and even if the application was 17 months ago, now here's the thing, pretty cool is basically 17 months back, we take into consideration the 5-month waiting period, and then we still get 12 months worth of back payments. So I hope that kind of makes sense a little bit more clearly. But SSDI and the Social Security Administration, yes, they do pay out back payments for SSDI beneficiaries, and a lot of times these payments are very, very big. Now, how do you determine how much your back payment or your lump sum check is going to be? Here's what it comes down to. Basically, your monthly benefit amount multiplied by the 12 months or whatever happens, the number of months that you are owed for your back payment. It could be 3 months, it could be 7 months, it could be 9 months, it could be 11, 10, it could be even 12 months, but they do not pay out more than 12 months of back payments, okay? So let's just say, for example, let's just say that your monthly SSDI check is, say, $1,000, for example, okay? Now, obviously, this is just an example purpose here. Let's just say that you submit your application and you are backed up and you're looking for 12 months of back pay. Well, that's pretty easy math right there, right? 12 months worth at $1,000 a piece is a $12,000 back payment check. Not bad, right? Would that be a little life-changing these days? I mean, seriously, a $12,000 check rolling into your account? Be pretty nice, right? How about something like maybe, I don't know, a $1,500 monthly payment? If that's the case, multiplied by 12 months, again, $18,000, right? So pretty cool stuff, right? Anyway, these are some of the details, but this one I wanted to shake out for you really quickly and show you that yes, Social Security does pay out SSDI beneficiaries and lump sum benefits, lump sum checks to these individuals in the event you submit your application, otherwise known as the EOD date, the established onset date, and then, again, it's going to take them a while. So here's the thing I want to point out as well. Social Security is going to take a while to process an application, okay? They're not going to look at your SSDI application. You submit it today, you're not going to be approved tomorrow. You're probably not going to be approved this month. You're probably not going to be approved within the next 3, 4, 5, 6 months. Maybe in the rare instance you might be, but as of right now, the wait time on SSDI applications is about a year on average. Now, sometimes you've heard other people wait a year and a half, 2 years, something like this. A lot of times applications can be processed, it takes a very long time, right? In some instances. Now, again, could it possibly be processed in 6 months, 8 months, 9 months? It could be, but again, it's probably going to take a very long time based on what we're seeing out of Social Security right now, especially for SSDI beneficiaries. But anyway, I know the waiting period is, it's kind of tough. It's not like fun to sit here and wait and twiddle our thumbs wondering, am I going to be approved? What's going on here? Things like this. Okay, so that's what it comes out to. So from the date in which you submit your application out until your approval date, as in when you receive that award letter from Social Security, when you receive that, they can go back up to 12 months worth and pay out the 12 months, okay? So one other question that I've seen as well is, will Social Security pay me out for 5 years? I've been disabled for 5 years. Will they send me out 5 years worth of back payments? No. Like I talked about here in the video, they will pay out up to a maximum of 12 months worth, okay? But again, if you submitted your application, say 12 months ago, and you get approved today, okay, they're still going to take into consideration the 5-month waiting period. So technically, yes, 12 months worth, but in this case, since the application was submitted 12 months ago, they can only pay out up to 12 months worth, but taking into consideration the 5-month waiting period, it would actually only result in a 7-month lump sum payment, if that makes sense, okay? So anyway, I know it can be very complicated to kind of figure out all this stuff, especially with SSDI. It's a little bit different than SSI, whereas SSI beneficiaries, supplemental security income, it's literally they just pay out back to the application date, okay? So it's a lot more simple there. There's not a 5-month waiting period. They don't pay out beyond the application date for SSI beneficiaries. But again, it's a little more clear cut there. Whereas with SSDI, it's like, but wait, we'll pay out a little bit. But then, if you're back 17 months, then we'll pay out the 12 months. But if you're out 12 months, then we'll only pay out, the 12 months minus 5 months waiting period. Again, it can be complicated and confusing, but either way, I hope this explains it a little bit further and gives you more details on the back payment checks from Social Security Administration for SSDI beneficiaries. Now, again, I do have other videos here on the channel specifically talking about Social Security retirement and lump sum checks for those individuals, as well as SSI beneficiaries and lump sum or back payments for those individuals as well. So, yep, it's a real thing. And these checks in general can be very, very large, thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars in some instances. So, hope this one helps you. Again, please leave your comments, your questions, your feedback down below as always. If you want to come back and elaborate on this further, of course, I can absolutely do that for you. Just let me know down below. Otherwise, please enjoy your day. Hope this one helps you. Again, make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands upon thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, enjoy your day, take care, have a good one, and catch you again later in the next